Hello and welcome everyone to Scrumptious Unscripted Aftershow. We've picked up a new show called Outcast. So without further ado,
A doo-doo?
I tried the intro this time. I am Pappy and the ever wonderful and better at this cat. So what we're going to do is we actually wanted to build the knowledge of the show up a little bit before we just jumped on and started talking out of our butts. Neither of
Yeah.
us have read the comics. So we didn't know squat. But now that we're 2 episodes in, we're going to kind of cover the hype of Outcast
Oh,
on
let's just hover
Cinemax.
over the hype.
We're going to hover the hype.
We're gonna hover the hype.
So we're
Yes.
kind of just talk about the first 2 episodes. Episode 1, A Darkness Surrounds Him. And Episode 2, I Remember When She Loved Me. So, what do you think? Is this a show that you're digging so far?
I'm totally digging it. I had kind of pitched this to you a couple weeks ago. I had seen little snippets of hype here and there because HBO and Cinemax, and I don't know if we said this is on Cinemax. It's on Cinemax, Friday nights, 10 p.m. I'm gonna have all the info everywhere. Somewhere around this or this area,
Right there.
right here.
Wow.
Anyway.
It's considered rude to go, it's right here.
Yeah, it's right there. Right there. Anyway, Cinemax being a sister premium channel package to HBO, watching Game of Thrones and other movies and things on HBO, caught little snippets that this was coming up, and it piqued my interest from the little promo spots. I was like, wow, they're doing a full series that looks very horror themed.
Mhm. And
And you
it's,
don't see a lot of
it's
it. So obviously,
and
if you
it's
watch our other programming here, we're into that stuff.
yeah. Uh, what I like about it, I mean, first we gotta point out the elephant in the room. This is from Robert Kirkman, the same guy who does the most popular show on A&E, not Mad Men.
AMC. But yes,
Oh, A&E, yeah.
same same comic writer as The Walking Dead or graphic novels, depending on
So what the
what you
hell's
want
on?
to call them.
So what the hell's on A&E?
Uh,
Just
Bates
reruns of.
Motel.
Oh, okay. I'm just thinking maybe reruns of Unsolved Mysteries. Just for some reason that feels right to me now.
Reruns of Dog the Bounty Hunter. It's okay. It's okay. Common mistake. No, I mean, we're seeing a trend more in the directions of series being developed out of horror concepts, horror franchises, things like that. They did a Scream series. They're doing the Bates Motel. But this actually looked like it was going to be that kind of gritty, and that's what I like from Walking Dead, is that very human experience.
And I do appreciate that this is a slow burn. I can't say that enough. We are getting. Like, I'm sitting here watching episodes and I'm like, is this important? Is this.
What's my takeaway from
Yeah, I
this?
mean, and obviously, if you've seen both episodes, like, oh, hey, look, Data's here! Yay! What's he gonna do? And then you kind of catch him, like background. Brent Spiner, by the way,
Yeah.
Data. Um, and then all of a sudden
For
he
the
comes in.
non-Trekkies out there.
He comes in at the end, and he's just like, "Are you the smoking man? Like, are you just the
Oh,
mysterious figure behind everything, like that old X-Files
yeah,
guy?"
the like puppet master for
Yeah.
everything that's going on here. And it's a good question. And I like that the show is perpetually asking you questions, but not exceedingly in your face either. They're giving you answers which then lead to other questions, which is how you keep people interested in a show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because now I'm at the point now where after the ending of that episode, because the first episode had to set it up,
Yeah,
right? Let's just start there, and so I don't confuse myself
right.
further.
We'll start there. So back on topic. I had pitched to you that I was interested in this show. We both agreed, like, we'll watch the first episode and see, kind of feel it out. I think I got through maybe 10 minutes of the first episode before I texted you and went, like, I'm in. I'm
Yeah,
in.
yeah. The moment the kid bit his own finger partially
Yeah,
off is kind of when I'm
that's pretty much, yep, I'm on board.
We went dark,
Yep.
And we didn't go dark. We started dark, and now let's see how dark we can make it.
Pretty much. Yeah. After that opening sequence, it was like, okay, wherever they're going to take this, I'm on board.
Yeah, and they took it in the right direction. I think they could have gone too far. Oh, had the kid died or something like that, or been irrevocably harmed. That would have been a mistake.
Yeah, no, we got our nice little happy ending, for the first episode, and I was happy to see in episode two, everything's not gonna be
Yeah,
wrapped up in a nice little gift wrapped present for every
yeah,
episode.
yeah. And it's a smaller cast, so I also think that gives us the opportunity to kind of flesh out the people. I like the relationship between our main character Kyle Barnes. The preacher, Reverend Anderson. Yes, I am cheating and looking at IMDb right now. But then, his adopted sister and how she still cares about him despite the incident that's only vaguely hinted at so far.
Yeah,
But then his brother-in-law, who's just like, I would like to put you in jail.
stone cold douche face
I would like to beat you with a baton every morning
for the rest of my life.
for the rest of somebody's life.
That is true. No, great actors. Like this show so far has been, hey, it's that guy from that thing.
Yeah, yeah. There has been a lot of that. It's
It has my
vaguely familiar people.
favorite old lady. I'm so
Uh,
excited to see more of her.
oh, the one who gave the evil eye in episode.
Yeah, that's her MO. Is just given stank face for
Right.
days.
So you just want her and Grandma Rose to just sit in a room and just evil eye each other?
That would be amazing. Just put the two of them in a room and just let them like duke it out to the death.
And then we get the grandma from what's the BBC show? Um, the rich people and the servants.
Oh, Downton Abbey.
Yeah, we get the grandma
Yeah,
from
the
that.
Dowager.
And if all three of them give that look to a young man at the same time, he dies.
He just spontaneously combusts.
And this isn't a film idea. This is like real life. If we got all three of them in a room and they evil eyed a young man, he's done for.
We're getting way off point, which is what we're good at here.
This is more of our feeling out episode. And
Yeah.
notice we're not plot for this one. We're gonna have a little bit more fun with it, I think, than
No,
Game
we're
of
good.
Thrones.
Yeah, we want to introduce some people. If you have the HBO, basically, if you're paying for HBO through a cable company or however you're doing it, they offered you some deal where you could get Cinemax too for dirt cheap. If you didn't take that deal,
This can justify it.
this could justify calling the company, your provider and going, "Hey, why don't you tack that on?"
Yeah. So let's get to what sold me is the background. We have this guy who we discover literally it's in his blood that he can cast out demons. Any liquid. We showed that what his
Yeah,
tears burned as well.
tears. Yeah.
It's presumably he could urinate and cause an exorcism, but
Let's
he,
let's not take it too far.
he's got this idea, created by Kirkman that there's a kid who can just exorcise demons. But now that raises the question of why and how, and then the big one of why all the demons. And that's where Brett
The big
Spiner
one for
comes in.
me of why did you go out in your backyard and just be like, come at me, bro.
Right? Yeah. Well, I'm finally at peace with my abilities. Bring it on.
Don't know how they work,
Yeah, there's your problem, buddy.
but come at me, bro.
Now, the one thing that I was getting sick of was the flashbacks to his childhood. I know it was very important, and I know at the end of the second episode, that big reveal showed that, okay, there's even more to this.
Yeah.
But I also hope with that reveal, we're done with those flashbacks for a while.
I feel like we should be. I feel like given the subject matter of the episode, which was him, trying to basically reconnect with his mom, who, now we're getting into spoiler territory. So I'm gonna say before we go there, great show. If you liked any exorcism movie that was worth its salt, so like The Exorcist, I would even go so far as to say Omen. Exorcism of Emily Rose. If any of that was your cup of tea.
Not an exorcism movie, but it's got that slow burn of Rosemary's Baby as well. It's not a
Yeah,
perfect show. I do have some issues with it that we're going to discuss because it's kind of in spoiler territory. It's
yeah.
not a perfect show. It's not like jumping number one on my list, but it is a show that I feel is very good and that I do look forward to watching the whole season.
I feel it's highly watchable. I feel like the max go is $10. So feasibly, you would pay $20 for the 2 months over the show's going to air, which is the price of a DVD. I mean, realistically, that's the price of a Blu-ray. So for me, worth the money as it sits right now, I would say yes. So that's going to be our non-spoiler territory. If you have the station, you're already paying for it, and you didn't know it was there, go check it out.
Yeah, please, if you're already paying for it, justify it.
Just do it. Just go watch the first episode again if you're
And,
into that kind of motif. And
and
I
we will
really do
know.
feel like you have to be into that motif. I don't
But we
feel
will
this is.
know
Oops,
that
sorry.
episode one is free on YouTube right now because they're trying
Yes.
to build that hype. So
And
if
I
you're
will
still on
link
the
that down
fence,
there.
yeah.
Yep.
But anyhow, spoiler world.
Spoiler land. So if you're still here and you don't want to be here, here's your like obligatory 2 second warning to click the F off.
Everybody dies. Wait, too
No,
soon?
that's only for Harry Potter.
Ah,
Anyway, spoiler land. So, as I was saying, his mom, and all of that. Given that the episode was so integral on him trying to reconnect with her and being, the victim of abuse, like
yeah.
he didn't know when he was young what was going on. He was given an inclination, but through his relationship with the Reverend, but he didn't see the important part where, yeah, no, she was legitimately possessed. He didn't see,
Yeah.
the exorcism actually working, which, by the way, I love the, like, just overly weird vomit spewing exorcism
Yeah, like the
juice.
sentient ectoplasm.
Yeah.
A
I
good way
love
of
the
doing
effect choice on that. That's
it.
great.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the things that work for me is that, like you talk about the grittiness, like the idea of exercising the child inadvertently by beating the shit out of a 10-year-old. And
Yeah.
the same thing happened in flashbacks. He fought back against his mother, and that's what eventually was his blood got on her, and that's what spewed the demon out. But how far can we take it? That's the big question that this series is going to have to answer. How far can we take this grittiness and maintain the level of interest without going into emo land? Because Kyle is on the cusp. He is standing
Yeah.
on the edge of that cliff, and he could dive into emo any moment.
No,
So we do
I
need those.
agree.
We need those happy moments, like at the end with the "oh, she left her present." We need those happy moments to continue.
Yeah, well, and then of course there's me who like over analyzes everything. Like I saw that hand swipe baby mama on Mr. Ice Bag there. Don't think I didn't see that. I saw it. I saw that hey going on.
But we are going to see a lot of his family, and we're going to see more flashbacks about what happened with his ex-wife as well.
Yeah, well, you have a pretty common knowledge as far as his town goes that just like the little girl coming in, like, oh, you don't get to be a daddy anymore
Yeah,
because you hurt your kid. So, you know, we've
but
seen a little snippet, and it's like,
yeah,
so how did the mom choking out the kid and going crazy and feasibly being possessed turn into him doing those
yeah, and
actions?
for me, the sometimes the most obvious is the correct. So for me right now, I'm thinking that he took the blame for it. She was possessed. Inadvertently, maybe crying, got her out of her possession, and then she saw what he had done. She freaked out, and then he just took the blame for it because he couldn't imagine hurting her anymore by being like, "Oh no, you were possessed by a demon and you almost killed our child."
Yeah, and you did this.
Yeah, I'm thinking that she's in denial, or just had no memory of the event, and he was like, "Well, I've been through this before. I can take it. Let me just
Yeah.
take all the blame and move on."
I
Theory,
don't know. In
you know.
theory, yeah. We
So,
don't have a lot to go on, not having again kind of that graphic novel knowledge, but I don't know necessarily if that would help because historically with Walking Dead, that doesn't do shit for
yeah,
you.
and it shifts pretty quick. Yeah, I know Walking Dead shifted from the graphic novel, and this one I think will do the same. It'll hit the major plot points, but then adjust a lot of the nuance. And what works for me though is like you had mentioned earlier, the acting. The only person I think could be doing better is maybe some of those backup. The women of the church. Again, it's only episode 2. We need a little more fleshing out. But when he went to visit for dinner, she was rifling through his bag.
And he totally left it there too.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I'm not the only one who noticed that. It's like
Yeah, no, I was like, you
I think
forgot
that
your.
yeah, that was poor editing, I think. But so again, what's her deal? And can we make her a little more of a fleshed out character if we're going to see more
Well,
of
I
her?
think she's totally smitten on the Reverend.
Oh yeah, and he's definitely not wanting any of that. I like how his secretary set him up for failure there. It's like, oh, I'm really busy.
Right.
Yeah, he is, except dinner. He's open for dinner.
Yeah, he's totally available for dinner. Well, that's small town like secretary mentality. Oh, our poor Reverend has no
Yeah,
wife.
I do want to note, small town though. That church, I swear to God, I've been in that church, but I've not. I'm sure I haven't been in that church, but that is every Baptist church in the Northeast. Like just
Just
period.
about, just about. And I do like that we're keeping it small. We're keeping it small with the cast, and like I said, we're getting the good questions out there. So, well,
So
if you're in spoiler land, I'm assuming you saw the episode, or if you weren't sold, I'm hoping some of what we gave you is tantalizing your senses there, because we definitely, I think we're both in agreement. It's worth watching.
yeah, and we'll be more structured going on. This is more our observations, hopes, and dreams with the first 2 episodes.
Please don't crush
Yeah.
them.
So I'm gonna end my ramblings with what do you think? The end of episode 2. Is he dead? Does he have no soul? What do you think happened there? Because it looked like he got choked out to death as a kid.
I'm gonna go with he maybe died, and the reason Mama's fucked up is she gave some of her juju to her son to keep it, to either like revive him or keep him alive long enough for aid to come in.
Here's how far out I'm going. Even though mom was possessed, she kept locking him in there to keep him away from her. My guess is he always had that ability. The demons wanted it for some reason, so they straight up murdered him, and he was cast out from heaven because he's got a bigger purpose. That's my huge overarching Pappy's theory of
Ooh, Pappy's
Outcast.
theory. After 2 hours of show, here's Pappy's theory on everything.
90 minutes is more than enough time
Yeah,
to make
I'm
a dumb statement about the entire arc of the series.
I'm going with what the Reverend had said, where it's like, no, she's lost a piece of herself.
Okay.
So I think it's not that the demon took that piece, it's that she gave it
All right.
willingly to save her baby.
And on the plus side, this is a good one, so we won't even know which one of us got the points for a very long time.
Probably not, actually. Though, I don't know, we could be surprised and see next week and be like, oh, I mean, I liked that we got her side of things
Yeah,
at the
that
end there. That was neat to see, a
fill
different
in,
perspective.
fill in that blank too.
Yep, exactly. So, we'll see what happens. I'm very curious how involved Smoking Man is going to be. Like, are we
Smoke
going to
free man. We'll call him
Well,
smoke free man.
are we going to see him every episode? Is there just going to be like a plague of demon epidemic
Again, I'm
going
cheating.
on
It says
here?
he's 8 episodes out of 10 for the season. So, but is he going to be lurking?
Well, that's just it. How active of a role is he? Is he going to stay kind of creeping in the shadows, or is he masterminding things? For me, the big question is it's like how many feasible demonic possessions can you have in one season?
And that's why they did a good job of not having one in this episode.
Well, they technically did with all the flashbacks to his mom and her
Yeah,
whole
well, you're right.
story.
You're right. But I think, yeah, I think we're going to see devil worshipping on top of, or not necessarily devil worship, but evil people. I
Well,
don't think
and
every
we
episode's
have
demons.
we're missing, or we forgot to talk about a big question raised in this last episode. Like, what's up with like Coon Trail?
Who hates raccoons that much?
Who hates raccoons that much? And how, with a broken window, is somebody staying locked in a trailer when you could go out the broken window? I don't know. Is somebody else like breeding? Well, not breeding, but like creating
Create.
habitable environments for these demons to come in. We still don't know how little chip eating finger boy got messed up here. We have no answers for that. So
So here's the hoping that we get some answers and some continued mysteries. So I liked it. I really hope you guys enjoy this, and we'll definitely be back next week.
yeah, we're gonna be back Saturday mornings. These will come out because hot damn, this show airs too late for me. Mama Bear gotta go to bed. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.